Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are here playing another deck that I have considered and been brewing. It is essentially the blue-black control deck that kills with Tolarian Terror and Thorn and Murmuring Mystic. But essentially what I have done is instead of using like Augur of Bolas, I have kind of cut those down to using Hard Evidence and Deduce, which is the new card from MKM, which is draw a card and investigate. So it's kind of like a think twice. But then what I can then do is then using Deadly Dispute as sort of a draw engine, because I felt like the deck was great with Brainstorm and Lorien Revealed, but you were operating on very few card resources unless you physically hard cast a Lorien Revealed. So that was kind of why I decided to put this in. We'll see how it works out, because I do think obviously the clue doesn't seem like a great thing you want to be sacrificing. But then on the other side of things, it is also a great token to just have sitting around if you do not have a Deadly Dispute. So as you can see, I've only got the 5 Deadly Dispute sort of cards. I've got 4 Deadly Disputes and 1 Fanatical Offering. I have 2 Cast Downs and a Chainers, an Agony Warp, and a Suffocating Fumes, just sort of like the weirdy miser sort of removal spells, and then 4 Snuff Outs to kind of round things off. I have 4 Brainstorms and a Dispel, so you might find that this deck I might be drawing too much, but actually not a lot of action. So we will hopefully see how that sort of plays out. In terms of the mana base here, we are running a fairly standard mana base. So ultimately, we're not playing anything too different to the normal blue-black control deck that you'll have seen. Essentially, we're still running the 1 of Maestro's State, we're still running the 4 of Aquifers, we're still running a Bajuka Bog. What I have done is I've reduced the amount of islands and increased the number of swamps by, I think, 1 or 2. Essentially to support the Deadly Dispute sort of happening, because we might need a Deadly Dispute into Deadly Dispute. Also, the treasures do obviously produce other colours. We are running a 1 of Vault and a 1 of Seat. In all honesty, I don't know the correct number. We do need swamps, obviously, to support Snuff Out. But having access to these to have sacrifice fodder for Deadly Dispute is just kind of something. And that is essentially the deck. It's not too extravagant. Obviously, space is tight. I don't know if we're going to need the Hard Evidence. Might not be needed. But I am really intrigued by the Deduce card. I think it does have some potential. Producing an artifact there is not the worst. So, and also, it's effectively a Ico Wellspring here that also feeds Tolarian Terror in the graveyard, which is why I also think I was quite interested. The sideboard-wise, fairly straightforward stuff here. You may notice we've got a 2-1 split of Thorn. I decided to not have any more Thorns because, well, you've got Deadly Dispute and things that you don't really need the Monarch as in a draw engine. It's more to take the Monarch off your opponent. Was my thought process on that. Moving on to the sideboard, we have 2 Dispels, 3 Hydros for the red-based matchups, 2 Steel Sabotage for like glitters and things like that. Spell Bombs for graveyard-based decks with all the dredge and stuff knocking around, obviously Mogwart as well. We have a Thorn in the sideboard for when we need to basically take the Monarch, as I was touching on earlier. We have an Arms and a Drown, kind of catch-all removal sweepers. Unsure which one's better. I think the double black might be too hard, but obviously 4 mana is a lot more expensive. And then finally we've got 2 Unexpected Fangs for the aggro-based matchups, especially when you can suit them up on a Tolarian Terror. And then another copy of Chainer's Edict just to get there. It might be worthwhile, which I'm unsure on yet, that the Chainers probably could be a Tithan Blade, as it's also a Deadly Dispute target. So that may be the change that I make moving forward. But I am unsure because the spell is obviously quite relevant for Tolarian Terror, but it's not the end of the world because you're still putting at least 1 in the bin. So, yeah, that's sort of it. So I'm going to try this in like a 1v1 and then go from there. So before we get into the game, I would like to obviously shout out, please check out my Patreon. It is patreon.com/TeasdaleMTG. I will put the link in the description. It is obviously new. I am doing write-ups on here of all sorts of things. The first one is up and the second one is due up this week. So I've done a Mogwart write-up with a sideboard guide and Decklist and all sorts of good stuff. You can join for as little as £1 to join the exclusive Teasdale MTG Discord, where you will obviously get a look at. There'll be polls on what I play. So basically, you get a choice in what I play in my normal videos. Obviously, there's discussion points and a great community. There's already a few people in there. For access to, for £4, you can basically get the deck list and the write-up and all the private Patreon stuff. You can also obviously do a deck donation, which I will obviously do a league through on the channel. You can do the speed dial, where I effectively give you a write-up as well as do the deck donation. So that'll be my thoughts on changes, it'll be my thoughts on how it runs, my thought on how I would sideboard, other sideboard considerations, other card considerations, just the general gist of it. And finally, obviously, you can have a private match with myself on Magic Online, where I will do a normal best of 3 game with yourself. And yeah, I can post it onto the Patreon, or I can post it on the channel for everyone to see. It'll be all your personal preference. You get to choose the decks from both sides and go from there. So guys, let's dive right into the rest of the video. So here we are, and this is my concern about this, but we'll see how it ends up playing. I don't think we can keep this hand. We have the lands, we have a Deadly Dispute, but we don't have anything to sacrifice. Lorien Revealed obviously gets us our 3rd land, but that is kind of it. We do have the Snuff Out, which might be worth keeping. Like, Snuff Out plus the Lorien Revealed is 2 spells in the bin, so this costs 5 at the moment. So it might get there, but ultimately I do think I'm going to mulligan this. So we have land, Brainstorm, plus some removal spells. I actually am going to keep this, and I am going to probably bottom the Murmuring Mystic. So let's see how this goes. So we're on the draw. Ornithopter. Sure. Okay. So I am going to play the Aquifer first. And then I'm just going to hold up Snuff Out here. And then I can obviously chain his and also counterspell next turn. If I don't use any of those, I can just deduce. So that's not the end of the world. Frogmite, sure. The good old mismatched Ancient Den. This should be a reasonable matchup, to be fair. I would like to think. Interesting. So we have the Deduce, Deadly Dispute, Goodness. We do have Counterspell. So they are red, white, the most likely Jeskai. Mare Enforcer. Ultimately, I think I'm just going to counter this. And then I'm going to attack this for 2. I'll take the 2 here. Something like a Hard Evidence would basically just counter this. If I don't draw a land here, I will Brainstorm to try and find one. I did draw a land, so it's all good. And I'm going to pass here to try and deduce and probably Brainstorm. I'll lead on... Cincha. So it could still be red-white, but they are most likely Jeskai here. Bouncing that, get a Rustville Bridge. I've just made myself a little bit bigger over this corner here. Hit for 2 again, sure. So the Drown and the... So I'm going to Brainstorm. And I'll put this back, and then put this back, and then I'll Deduce. Do we draw the... We basically draw both the lands, which is perfectly fine. And then I'll just play the Vault, I think. And then I'll Chainers, get rid of the Ornithopter. And then we could end a turn Deadly Dispute here. And then we still have access to Snuff out here if they do try to All That Glitters one of their guys. If they are going to All That Glitters, it will most likely be the Frogmite. Synth, sure. Gingy Brute. Yes. So they're going to go Ginger Brute into Gingy. We could Ginger here into All That Glitters on the Gingy, which will make me quite sad. Because Ginger Brute can get caught by Suffocating Fumes. Which the others do not. So they're just going to hit for 5 here. Down 11. There's a Suffocating Fumes and a Hard Evidence, which is actually quite reasonable. Because the Hard Evidence blocks the Frogmite, the Suffocating Fumes kills the Ginger Brute. And then the Snuff Out kind of kills the rest. I probably should have actually Snuff Outed the Glinthawk, to be fair. So if we go here, and then our Maestros stay here. And then we'll probably look at. I probably should have, Snuff Outed the Glinthawk already, but we were very lackadaisical on that, to be fair. So I'll probably just, if they Glinthawk here, blue, Dark Casture. So they are definitely Jeskai. Another Spring Leaf from 2 cards in hand. They'll probably look at... Okay, this is quite good for us because it means we get to hit both Ginger Brutes. Got 1 card in hand. Are they going to go for it? Yeah. And again, I'm assuming. Yeah. So I need to hard cast this most likely on here. Cast this. Woo! Kill both Ginger Brute and then only take 1. Not the end of the world. Paying costs. Galv Blast. So the last card in hand was a Galv Blast. So we're on 3. Okay. This is fine. So obviously the Snuff Out kind of doesn't help us now. We're on 3. So we have to pay for it. Agony Warp's not the end of the world. However, I'm going to crack this clue token. Counterspell's actually pretty good. So now if I play the island here, we can counterspell and Agony Warp. Cool. So 1 card in hand. So I'm going to hold up counterspell for a burn spell because I think that is probably our biggest fear. And then if they obviously All That Glitters here, we'll kind of just look at. So choose one to get -3, -0. This one, choose one to get -4, -3. That one. So that dies. Then we can still hold up counterspell too. See, we count the All That Glitters. But the problem is we don't have any pressure right now. We do have a Snuff Out here for the one of the 2/2s. Yep. Mare Enforcer. So I think I have to counterspell this. That's a problem. Because I Snuff Out this, I block here. I can't stay alive. I can Snuff Out here, block here, go to 1. But that doesn't really do much for me. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need something threatening to kind of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So do I think I'll flash this back. And then I can snuff that out next turn. And hope they whiff their draw here. They've only got 2 Golf Blasts. Chances of them getting them now is slimming on. I think they may as well attack, I guess. I'm definitely blocking, so. Terraro. Now we have a clock. Cool. And then let's go. We have a snuff out for the samurai token if we need to. We just need to get them dead as soon as possible, really. Actually, I probably should have snuff out there. Yeah. Thraben, fine. Yep. Blue. Crack the clue. Yep. Froggy, sure. And I'm now going to blue sauce. So I think I end the turn do this. Oosh. Deadly Dispute. So it's Deadly Dispute the treasure token. Take another treasure token. Let's hit for 5. I'll probably take it. Most likely. We won't play the land and we'll just play another terror. We are here at the skin of our teeth here because obviously we are on 3. But we are hitting quite hard. But they do have a blue source, which is quite sad. They now don't get to tap these. Obviously, if they do find any of their Galblasts, we're just dead. All that glitters will also be annoying. Not awful, but annoying. Yeah. Yep. Great Furnace. So they'll likely just sack this as well, because worst case... Okay. Maybe not. Maybe not. So... Oh, they are cracking... Oh, they're cracking the clue. Sure. Are we dead? No. I'm assuming no attacks. So, yeah, let's start with a Brainstorm. Dispel. Aquifer. Oh, Jesus. So we're going to put the island and then Aquifer. Play this Aquifer. We have a Dispel at least for the next Galv Blast, I guess. But ultimately, so we attack for 10. They take the 10 is the best case scenario for them. They then attack for 2, 4, 5, 6. We block 1, take 2, 3, 4. So we can't do that. So if we attack with 1, they take 5. We block, take 2, go to 1. Is the best thing. But they have to attack all out, but then have this back as a blocker. Okay. So we die to a Ginger Brute here. Crack that, sure. Rustville, make another 2-2. Oh. Block that, take 2, right? Got 1. Yeah. So they're gonna put us on 1? No. Ugh, the stress. I don't think I can attack now because I attack and then basically the exact same thing happens. I probably should have kept that in hand. Block, 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 take 2, go 1, so I can't attack. Okay. Okie dokie. Another Frogmite, sure. I'll land. So still can't really attack. We're just going to have a staring competition here, I think. And then I draw an island. But this means we're dead, right? Block, block, block. Because I draw this island. And then I go block, 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 take 2, 3, 4. I'm going to play this island. Yeah, that was unfortunate, I think. Just a bit flooded. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ornithopter, sure. Fine. They might not attack because we aren't F6'd and we do have a card in hand. So if it's a removal spell, for example, the do just get blown out the water because we basically go block, block, block 3 of them, kill the other thing, go to 1, and then they have no 2/2s left. So they might not attack, yeah. So let's play Thorn here. They might try to dig for a card as well, if that's the case. But we do have now another blocker here, so... But we now also die to all that glitters on this. Removal spell. Hard evidence is not good because it's a sorcery and not an instant. So if they have an all that glitters here on the Ornithopter, we are dead. That was Springleaf Drum. So 4 blocks, take 2, go 1. And then hopefully this hard evidence all draws into something good. Let's do this. Whee! Hard Evidenzo. Then the island. Hard evidence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm just going to pass here, and then I'm going to Fanatical Offering. Yeah, I'm going to Fanatical Offering the treasure. I can also Brainstorm as well. Okay. So I can Brainstorm, potentially Brainstorm, Lorien, and Fanatical Offering in the same turn. Pretty nice. But ultimately, I think I'm just going to Fanatical Offering this treasure. Draw 2. Whee! Cast down. And then I'll just crack this clue. I think. So we have Cast Down, we have Dispel, and a Deadly Dispute. I don't want to open myself up to... what's it called? I don't want to open myself up to Galv Blast there, so I'm just going to crack this Deadly Dispute on the map here. Another hard evidence. Play a land. So I can attack with these two, have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, take 2. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, so take 2. So that means I can hit for 10 here, so they have to block anyways, and they'll probably block with the Ornithopter, or maybe a Thraben Inspector. But we also have 2 removal spells. 2 removal spells and a counter spell. So I'm feeling in a fairly okay position. So they're going to double block, triple block here. Maybe even quad block. So it's just a block with everything sort of mess. So 2, 4. And then the rest doesn't matter. So if I kill this and this, it still dies. So might as well just kill these 2. Leave them with the rest to take 5. Yeah. Cool. Which is sort of fine by me as well, to be fair. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I have enough. That's fine. Marine Force is fine. To be fair, I'm not particularly too fussed. 2, 4, 5. So I'm probably gonna end of turn snuff this. Snuff. Yeah, and I'm gonna snuff one of these as well. Still got cast down open. I will crack this clue, and then I have a treasure up. So if they do want to do anything, I can't. Like if they do Galv Blast, I will obviously just dispel it. The treasure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's cast this. Whee! Seek. And then I'm going to attack for 5. And they'll block with something. Yep. So I'm going to discard 2 cards here. I'm just going to discard 2 lands. Whee! And just like that, Lorien revealed changes everything. So basically our biggest worry now is, I actually don't know, it's triple burn spell, but from 1 card in hand and they just can't really get through. So yeah, pretty easy game. So I'm gonna kill this Galv Blast. Dispel. Yep. Coolio. Kill this. So no cards in hand, right? Kill this. I'm gonna untap for some reason, just for sanity's sake more than anything. Kill this. And then attack. And then the good old Deduce Deadly Dispute combo. Woo! Skin of our teeth. So, oh god. Still, Sabotage seems reasonable. Hydroblast. So, I don't want these. I don't think I want Chainers. Drown and Arms seem fine. And then it's, do we want some number of these? Probably. Maybe not, actually. Do we want Dispel for Galv Blast? That's kind of all it is. Fumes doesn't really do much. Dawn doesn't do much. We can cut a Fanatical Offering because I'm assuming Dispel. I kind of don't really like the Chainers, but I'm going to keep the Chainers in. Do I take the Dispel out? Probably not. Ultimately, I don't really know. I guess we do cut the Chainers, right? Do I want more Dispels? They might bring in Dispels themselves. Oh well. Try this. Try this. So, I think this hand's a keep, right? Yeah, I think so. It's a bit awkward with the bog, but essentially we can Island Brainstorm, untap Lorien revealed, get a black sauce or a blue sauce. So let's do that. And then we have Drown to kind of clean things up, but obviously there are 2 black sauces that are tapped, which makes it a turn 4 Drown more than a... But we can have Counterspell up from the get-go. Or do we even just lorry in here? No. So our opponent does have a pretty slowish hand, which is pretty good for us, I guess. Brainstorm. I kind of want to get a snuff out here. Just in case. None of that is helpful. So I guess, do I want to bottom here? I actually kind of think I want to draw all this. So I guess I go this, this, then this, redraw the bog, play the seat. Yeah, play the seat and then hold up counterspell. And then if we don't need to counter anything, we can then Lorien revealed. Pitching the island doesn't really care, we get the black sauce. Synth. So if I counter this, they go land. If I counter this and they go land, all that glitters on a Thraben. No, I think that's fine. I can allow them to have card advantages. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Glinthawk. Interesting. So they're just going to play the Glinthawk. I think I just count this. I don't think they have another land. And they can't land all that glitters me now. Okay. So I guess I brainstorm before. No, I might as well draw, right? So I see the island. Brainstorm. This could be a red elemental blast here, which would be pretty brutal. Thinking. Sure. So then I'll island cycle, get a black sauce. So I kind of have Snuff Out open. Yeah. They might try and all that glitters here. Be interesting to see what to do. Glinthawk on this, sure. I'm gonna cancel that. Because I think like with F6 almost. So that anyways, they're gonna bring that back, that's fine. Seat. They're probably just gonna they play the seat. Interesting. I thought they would have experimental synthesized it first. Got more info before they played the land drop. Enforcer, sure. Hit for 1. Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, is that? 4 spells. They did get another black sauce. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unfortunately, I can't kill this. And that's my problem. So it's drown. I don't need this land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is that? 5. So that's 2, so we're 1 spell off. But we can Tolarian Terror Deadly Dispute next turn, right? We will be Deadly Disputing the seat though, which is unfortunate, but oh well. 4 cards in hand. One of them's a synth that we know about. Let's hope they're not gonna all that glitters this Mare Enforcer for a turn. Just let us have a minute off to cast this Deadly Dispute and this Tolarian Terror. Glinthawk. They're just gaining them values. Maybe I should have just held off actually, because it was only a 2 for 1. Maybe that's my problem. I should have just held off on the Drowning Sorrow. Because now I need the only other thing is at arms. But ultimately we can try and control it with the just removal spells that we've got, I guess. But Unsure. So we're going to hit for 4. They're going to hit us for 4, which is sort of reasonable. Okay. Terror. 1, 2. So if I... Yes, if I Deadly Dispute this, this now costs 1, right? So I Deadly Dispute here. See if they dispel. They don't. Hard evidence. Terror. You're going to pyro this? Yes. Is the answer to that question? Yes, I will pyro that. Okay. So we know they are bringing pyros, so if we do lose this game, we know we can bring in some hydros. Crack a clue, sure. I would like a spell here so I can Murmur Mystic, like a 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. Oh my god. I might actually die to an all that glitters here. Yep. So I'm gonna not always yield just in case. Okay. So just gonna hit for 2, which is fine. So hopefully we can get a spell here so we can Murmur Mystic plus spell. Get a flyer. Tolarian Terror. I'm gonna play Tolarian Terror. See what happens. Yes. Then we'll bog. Bog them. Not that the bog matters, but obviously you need to hit land drops. I'm gonna hit for 5 here. And then I'm gonna crack the clue. Do I do it now? Probably not. Probably holding something up and then I'll crack in response. I've actually the 4 mana here, so it'll be interesting to see what to do. Galv Blast's fine. 1 card in hand. Oh, please. Please don't have an all that glitters. Please, please, please. Most likely, if the... I feel like they're going to be taking it out. To be fair, we have that much removal, but I could be wrong. Could be wrong. Synth, sure. But then maybe we've taken like a couple out. Oh, Ginger Brute's brutal. Gingy is brutal. So, I think I'm going to... Yeah, I'll crack the clue in response. Just in case. In case I find some sort of counter spell. But we'll see. Unless they have double Galv Blast here. Do they have double Galv Blast? Yep. Okay. I found an island. It's also not a spell for Murmur Mystic either. Okay. We're in F6 now. So the attack with 3 things here. Obviously, they're going to make the Gingerbrute, tap the Frog might make the Gingerbrute unblockable, or tap the Samurai to make the Gingerbrute unblockable. I guess this way they can block with the Frogmite if they need to. Then they're just going to hit with the Glinthawk and the Gingerbrute, put me to 1. Right. So arms would be great here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Even a removal spell would be fine because I can then play the Murmur Mystic and then kill the Gingerbrute. Deadly Dispute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Interesting. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Murmur Mystic. Land. Deadly Dispute the treasure token. I actually probably have to Deadly Dispute the crab token. And try and hit a removal spell. So if not, then block, 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 block. Oh god. I actually don't think I can. Yeah, I think I have to do this now, and I have to accept that this isn't going to get a spell here. I need a removal spell. That's not a removal spell. Do it again. Then I need to find a removal spell. Counter spell is not it because the ginger brew. Yeah. Unfortunate. Maybe I'm supposed to bring some of these in, but I just feel like they get awkward. I feel like Dispel's probably better, right? No, maybe not. This hits Synth, I guess. Dispel can go. I guess in the actual grand scheme of things, I don't have too much removal. Like, I've got 4 Snuff Outs and 2 Cast Downs, effectively. Also, this bug's really annoying me. I'm going to take it out because it annoys me. Yeah, I think we can keep this. It's a bit slow with the theatre, but ultimately it's fine. So this, we get an island. And then we can hard evidence or brainstorm. Yes. Yes. Springleaf Drum. Well, this is definitely not a slow start. Got access to 3 mana next turn. I could play Swamp here, then Brainstorm end of turn. Draven, I'm assuming. Or Gingerbrew. Okay. Back to 20. Good start for the opponent as well. Yeah, so I think I can play the Swamp here and then hold up either Steel Sabotage or Cast Down. The other thing I could do is obviously hard evidence and then have nothing held up. But I think obviously I like the holding up Brainstorm or a remove or an interaction piece. It kind of helps, I think. Land, sure. So what, 4 cards in hand? Blue. Darkcast. Sure. So I'm gonna hit for 1 here. I'll just end of turn brainstorm. Until next step. If that's the case, I would have liked to have had evidence to deadly dispute the token. But it's all good. In the grand scheme of things. If I get a Lorien reveal, that'd be nice as well. Yeah, sure. You may Golf Blast me. Can I, so I guess. Oh god. I kind of want all of this, but I also want this land. Like now. So I guess Double Terror needs to go. Or do I just I guess I could also get rid of Steel Sabotage. It's at the end of the world, right? Or no. I think Double Terror. And then I get an island here, and then I can hard evidence. Like just a basic island, then I can hard evidence and Deadly Dispute, and also hold up Cast Down. I don't have double black for Drown, but other than that, I'm pretty kosher. Hard evidence, so it means that if they want to attack with the Gingerbread as well, they have to pay 1. Not a lot, but they are basically 4 cards in hand and basically 3 mana at the moment. Interesting. Darkcast, sure. 6 cards in hand. Holding up great fairness though. Synth. I'm gonna count this. They might pyro this, which is fine if they do. They don't. Oh, 2 to do here. Probably not a lot, but okay. Deduce. So let's brainstorm, try and find a land drop here. Well, we definitely found land drops. I'll put them on top, I guess. Then I'll play this. And then I can deduce or deadly dispute, whichever, or cast down if I need to. 3, 4, 5. I'll probably deadly dispute, to be honest. Four cards, and our opponent is playing particularly slow. But it's all good. Yes. I'll take the 1 here. I do want some interaction as well. They might. Sure. Which is fine. No issues here. Play Ornithopter again. Back to 3 cards, sure. Kind of do want like an arms or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm gonna crack this or ding the clue. Draw the 2 lands. Untap. Draw. Terror. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So I guess I just go Terror. It gets countered. I'm assuming they have multiple pyros. So I'm gonna deduce here. Try and find a hydro. That's fine. Gets countered. We'll play Terror. And then I'll play Island. And then at least we have Cast Down open if needed. On the Glinthawk or something. And then worst case we can kind of untap and just play Lorien and hopefully that'll take over the game. Frogmite, sure. Got 2 cards in hand, 1 card in hand. An attack for 2 here. 3, sorry, if they include the Gingerbread attack. Three, 4, 5. 2. Yep. No blocks. 1 card in hand, eh? 1 card. Agony Warp. I kind of actually just want to keep up removal, to be fair. And then just attack, and then I'll Lorien reveal next turn. Because we have 6 mana up, right? 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can Agony Warp, Cast Down, and Crack Clue if we need to. But also we can just play both removal spells. So wait till the attack, kill the Gingerbrew, you know, that sort of stuff. 1 card in hand, and then tap and white. and it's assumably for the ginger root. I'm guessing. Yes. So they might attack all out here. Like with all three of these. I'm assuming not, but we can just agony warp here, kill this, reduce this. So -3 -1 this, and kill this. Just alleviates a lot of pressure from that, because we can at least block this at some point. I'll just crack this clue. That's all they're doing. Crack clue. Paying costs. I'm assuming it's a Galv Blast. Sure. So no cards in hand. Arms. I think Arms is basically just gonna win the game, right? Remove your board. I will attack 4/5. And then that's us. Go time. Killing Talk, do nothing, we'll kill that. I'm going to yield till end step, and then I'm just going to cast down this. And then attack for 5. And then Lorien revealed. And I'm going with they're most likely going to concede, but I could be wrong here. Don't play a land. Cast this. Hit for 5. And then we have counterspell here, basically. And then that should be GG, pretty much. Our opponent has 2 minutes on the clock as well. They're playing incredibly slow. Like, I know we're on 5 minutes, but yeah. No idea. Woo! So, guys, that's the game. Obviously, fun deck. I really do enjoy this engine. Finding space is obviously a bit of an issue because the list is very, very tight. I do think the Change Edict probably should be Tithe and Blade. That is for certain almost. I think one removal spell, not being an actual spell, is probably okay. So I think that's fine. And I do think I probably do need some more removal spells in general. I don't think the Thorn's the greatest. Unsure overall, but I definitely will be working on this list moving forward because I do like it. If you do want to see this, obviously the best way to tell me is obviously communicating in my Discord. But other than that, I've basically got the YouTube comments and YouTube analytics obviously to go off. I will probably play this in a league if I do think it obviously gains traction, all that sort of stuff. So please let me know what you think in the comments below and all that sort of good stuff. And I'll see you guys next time. And do not forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.